I'm Miss Krista from the Oosterhout Free Library, and today you can say, I have my head in the clouds. Have you ever gazed up at the clouds and seen shapes? Maybe you've seen shapes like these. Have you ever looked up into the sky and see shapes in the clouds? Like maybe here you see a shark or a galloping horse. Perhaps you can see an elephant like Dumbo, the genie from Aladdin, or even the Incredible Hulk. There are many shapes that you can see in the clouds. All you have to do is go outside and take a look. Today we're going to learn a little bit more about clouds, make your own cloud in a jar, and learn how you can be a citizen scientist that helps NASA gather weather data. There are a lot of cool clouds that you can see up in the sky, but you can't touch them, or you really can't see them up close. But I'm going to show you how you can make your own cloud in a jar. Let's try it out. To make your very own cloud in a jar or bottle, all you need is a glass container. I'm using an old pasta jar that has a lid, and some hot water that's going to represent the sun warming the water. So I'm using a kettle, but you can just easily microwave your water, or if your tap water is warm enough, you just really need it to be warm. And some ice. You can use ice cubes, or right now I just put some water in a bag and froze it in my freezer, or some hairspray, and I'm using some dry shampoo. And that is going to be the particles that the water vapor that evaporates from the warm water needs to cling to form a cloud. So those are the only things that you need where you can create your very own cloud in a jar. So first we're going to go ahead and pour some of the warm water into here, about a third way. That's a little bit over there. Right. And then we're going to swish it around to get that jar warm. And now we're going to put some of the cold ice on top. Now if you have ice cubes, you can probably just put them right in the top here and let them sit. I have a flat piece of ice that I froze, so I'm just going to stick that on there, and I'm going to wait about 2 minutes. It's been about 2 minutes, so I'm going to take this off. I'm going to open this up quickly and go ahead and put in my dry shampoo. And right away, you might have to wait, but right away you can see the cloud is starting to form. You can look right in there. Pretty cool, huh? At home, you can add a little food coloring or other watercolor to make this blue if you wish. And you can experiment with different ways of making this. If you use more hairspray, longer wait time, more ice, will that make a bigger cloud? And then let's let it escape. And you can see the cool cloud evaporating just right out of your jar that you made. Pretty cool. I'll include a link to another video of this experiment and also some instruction pages for you to conduct this at home. So give it a try. You may be wondering how this experiment works. Well, it works by the sun heating up liquid water, causing it to evaporate into water vapor. And the water vapor rises higher and higher into the sky, and then the water vapor cools and condenses, which is why we put the ice on top to cool and condense. And then it latches onto tiny pieces of dust, and that is what we use the hairspray for. And as it attaches to the particles in the hairspray, the billions of droplets come together, forming a visible cloud. And when that cloud gets too heavy with water and precipitation, it rains. Pretty cool. Did you know that clouds have different kinds of names, just like you and I have different kinds of names? Also, that clouds can provide clues about the weather. Well, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that and how you could become a scientist, a citizen scientist that helps NASA with their weather data. So if you see, there are three main types. You see cirrus, which is wispy and high, cumulus, which is puffy, and stratus, which is kind of like your blanket cloud. They're kind of gray and low. Let's take a closer look at these three types of clouds. First, we have cirrus clouds. They're thin, they're high, and wispy. They're usually seen during sunny or partly cloudy days and can show us that there's a change in weather that might happen soon. Then we have cumulus clouds. These are your white, puffy cotton ball kind of clouds that we see and can stretch high into the sky. They usually mean the weather will be nice, but if they grow bigger and turn gray, thunderstorms could be on the way. We also have stratus clouds. These are low and gray clouds. They can stretch over the whole sky and they can also bring light rain or snow. If stratus clouds are really low down on the ground, that is what we call fog. There are also some cool combinations of clouds. As you see here, I will put this in the description box and you could print it out and take it outside to help identify the different combinations of clouds that you can find. Now we're going to take a closer look at an app called Globe Observer, where you can help NASA with weather data by just observing clouds in your own backyard or from your home. Did you know that there are satellites right above the Earth right now? And these satellites are tracking clouds, and they show how the clouds moved. And it helps scientists find wind speed and other ways to predict the weather. Did you know that there is a way that you can help scientists and be a citizen scientist? Well, I'm going to give you a little overview of a cool app from NASA that will allow you to be a scientist right from your very own backyard. Before I give a quick walk through the app, here's a little background information with some safety tips and some great questions that you and your family can consider together while you're using the app. Once you download the app, this is the page that you'll see. You can then select the Globe Clouds portion of the app. This page will provide information on if you choose to set notifications in the app to tell you when the NASA satellite schedule is passing over your location. You do not have to make observations only when the satellite is coming overhead, but that is an option. And this page just gives an overview of the types of questions you'll be asked. The app will walk you through every single step. Here you can see in the orange box that you can check manually the times of satellite flyovers and also the time of solar noon in our area. This is an example of what the flyover times are in the area. Now if you click New Cloud Observation, you will see a screen like this. Ask you to enter the local date and time of your observation. Like I said, it could be any time of day. You can also choose to pick the times when the satellites are directly overhead or solar noon. You'll get asked to describe a little bit of what your sky looks like and make your choice. I'm going to choose clouds or contrails. It will ask you to choose on how many clouds that you see in the sky. It's an estimate, so just give your best guess. The app will also ask you to describe what color sky do you see that is the greatest color in the sky, whether it's deep blue, light blue, or milky. It will walk you through what kind of visibility you see, and it'll even give you a guided cloud identification wizard. You may also have more than one type of cloud in the sky, so this little wizard will give you the tools that you need to help identify them. The app will ask you some questions to identify the clouds based on how they look. As you see in that little illustration there, they're estimating the cloud size by the size of your hand, or your thumb, or your little finger. When you're all done with that, you're ready to send your data to Globe. I hope you enjoyed this cool, fun way to contribute science, citizen science, to the people at NASA.